SciPy fundamentals. So in task 1 is all about scientific constant and units. So here sa tong code na nakakuan din nga from SciPy import constant. So atong iyon na is itong i-calculate ang force of gravity between two 1 kg masses separated by 1 meter. So we defined 3 variables, the M2, M1, and kaning R, which is the distance in meter. And we calculated, kanina si G, nagakuha ni siya as a gravitational constant. So we calculated the force F, force na siya, by multiplying G, constant G, with the product of M1 and M2, and dividing by the square of R. So the gravitational constant multiplied by M1 times M2, then nakadivide din siya sa R. Atong R is 1, then square root R to square root of 2. So kaning si R is 1 man siya, so na siya mandira. Then finally we print the calculated force using an F string which allows all the embedded with the value of F inside the string. So note is ato i-calculate ang energy of the photon with a frequency of 1e15 Hertz. So natay F is equal to 1e15. Kuha siya as F frequency, and kaning E is mo ni atong energy. So si H is ato ni siyang i-multiply sa kang frequency. So pag ato na siyang i-print out, so naggamit ni siya og we using an E string, E string, which is kani siya, para makuha na to ang energy sa photon, which is ang naka-formula is in kani siya, E is equal to constant H multiplied by F. So ang ihang kwan is joules na siya. So sunod is to i-convert 60 miles per hour to meter per second. So natay speed meter per hour is equal to 60, and speed meter per second is equal to speed meter per hour multiplied constant and pH. So if we print ato siya, atong ikuan is speed and PS meter per second. So kani siya nga formula di bali ang atong i-print out. So to show if kanang naka-convert na ang 60 miles per hour to meter per second. So here, if atong i-convert ang 60 miles per hour to kilometer per hour, so natay speed kilometer per hour is equal to mph multiplied by 1.60934. And at pag ito siyang i-print out, so in speed kilometer per hour, and kani gihapon siya nga formula, dili man nato ipangita or pangitahon kay bali ang result using this formula. So mara na din na siya. Then pag ato na siyang i-run na, di bali na to na sila. So ang nigawas is si force gravity. So itong force gravity is 3 ana siya nga kung ano, din ana siya nga part. So ang force gravity na to is 6.6734 E negative 11 N or Newton. So itong energy photons is mo din siya. Then G is mo natong joules. Then speed in meters per second 2.682 and so on. And kung siya meter per second, and kanina yung speed in kilometer per hour sa mga 96 point and so on kilometer per hour. Next task is all about data interpolation. So here's atong code natay gikuan din ang duha ka array, which is the x observed, which is muni ang time, and the y observed na array, which is muni atong sensor reading. So we created an interpolation function which is kani f inter p 1d is equal to inter 1d x observed and y observed. So it creates a linear interpolation function f inter 1d based on the observed data points. And next is the interpolate values of x new, which is kani siya. So it uses the interpolation function to estimate the sensor's reading at the new time of x new. And next is all about kani pagprint ato sa interpolated values. So which is kani it displays the interpolated sensor reading. So next is spline interpolation, and this interpolation creates a smoothing spline interpolation function, which is the kani f over spline is based on the observed data points, and then interpolate the values at x new. So which is kaniya siya nga function, and it uses the spline interpolation function to estimate the sensor reading at the new time values of x new. And the points of interpolation points the interpolated values, which is kaning print na kaning x spline. Y spline is it displays the interpolated sensor reading, and the comparison and difference is which is dinhi ang part. It creates a 2D array with interpolated values from the both methods, and if i-calculate nato ang difference, it calculates the absolute difference between the interpolated values from both methods. So which is kani siya na mga functions. So pagkato na siyang i-run, so the given is kaniya siya mga result. So next is all about spatial data analysis. So here's atong code. So natay kon dinhi ang convex hull. So we use convex hull from SciPy Spatial kani dinhi to compute the convex hull. Then the simplice attribute the convex hull object contains the indices of the points that forms the convex hull. So we visualize the points at the convex hull using matplotlib. Sama ni matplotlib. So in the nearest amo ni siya na convex hull. Then pag-abutan din niya sa visualization, diri na to katong ni plotting. So naatay kung din ang PLT scatter kani mo ni naka-create og creates a scatter plot of the points. Then namo pud tay points din mo ni naka-select sa x coordinates, and ang kani siya is mo na ang nakakuan sa y coordinates. Then which is kaning blue is mo na siya ang nag-assign if kasi color, then ang label dayon is trees, na-assign ni siya nga label to the points. And for the simplex in hull, nandun simplex in hull. So in simplex in hull that simplice, it is the loop of the it is loops through the indices. Then the PLT dot plot is mo na siya ang nag-draw sa line between the convex hull points. Then natay plot simplex. 0, nakasirigay po na siya sa x coordinate and mo ni ang y coordinates. Then color is naka-assign na siya og kanang at color. Then level dayon pagkabutin din ni same na siya din niya is convex hull dayon. So pagkabutin diri as a nearest neighbor search dinhi ang part is na kuan we use the KDT tree. The KD tree is from the SciPy special to create a KD tree from the points. So we use the query method of the KD tree object to find the nearest tree of the rabbit's position. So, the query method returns the distance to the nearest tree and the index of the nearest tree in the points array. And we print the distance and the coordinates of the nearest tree of the visual to the point, rabbit's position, and the nearest tree. So, nagapa day visualization ka po niya din hiya. So, if ato ni siyang iparan code para ma-show na to kung unsa ginaka-kuan gid niya. So, it shows mo ni ang naka-2D ni siya nga array. So, sa tong 2D array is mo na siya mga convex hull indices. Then dinhi ang part is mo ni ang katong diri ang visualization dinhi sa may dinhi sa convex hull. So mo ni ang plot sa convex hull nakuan din mo ni mga chase din convex hull din na siya. Then pag-abot din sa ubos katulad ning nearest neighbor search so mo ni iyahang plot.